So last time we got the young LC, young Chippy, and young Donna backstory, and I believe that is fueling the actions of Junior and Donna today. Want to find out what's next? Stay tuned. Hey, hey, y'all. Welcome back to my channel. This is Light Noble Letitia. I'm Letitia, your host. And again, welcome and welcome back. We're here to talk about the family business. This is season 5, episode 5, and it is called Choices and Consequences. So we are here at Rio's grand opening of his brand new club in the Hamptons called the Oasis. And everybody is jamming. He's doing an announcement. There's flamethrowers, there's bottle flowing. And Nevada shows up. Child, his underage behind shows up. And Rio was like, "What you trying to do? I just got this club. You trying to get me shut down already?" He was like, "Man, all right, I got a fake ID." He said, "But I came here to give you some information. Remember that guy, Brandon? We found him. He's back in NYC. And yeah, go ahead and check your phone. I sent you the information." And then he does go ahead and leave. But meanwhile, party girl Paris is on the dance floor dancing it up. And Bobby the Beast Boy shows up and he's eyeing Paris. So they start to dancing and everything. They feeling each other. And he invites her to the VIP, to which she declines, like, no, I like to do my own thing, but you're welcome to come to my VIP. Cause basically like she owns it. So he's like, I like your style. She introduced herself as Miss P. And we also get like a quick glance of Lauren and Roman that is also there. Then we move on to Donna and Monique. Now remember, not Monique, Dominique. Now remember the last time we saw Vegas saw Antonio and Dominique showing up at Donna and Junior's house. So Antonio introduces Junior to Dominique LaRue. They each give each other condolences, on Sage and Sasha. And Antonio starts by saying that Junior's newfound independence will bring him a great opportunity. Now, Donna starts talking and she's saying, yes, it's time for you to be on top, baby. They were convincing him basically that he would have a dynasty of his own. And here goes Donna talking a little bit too much, saying that, yes, we're putting together a coalition to take over the medication game and gain international contacts or connects. And Antonio said that's not at all what we're doing. What we're doing instead is we're creating an alliance. It's going to be a contra table to his father's table. So basically, a table of enemies of Uncle LC's. Okay? So this is already starting off crazy. And basically, again, Donna is talking a little bit too much, and Antonio was like, I mean, no disrespect. But I ain't come here to see you. I came here to talk to Junior. And so they go on to talk about how the enemy of your enemy is your friend. And they invite him and ask him, Junior, would you or will you join the alliance? Woo! Now, back at the club, Roman and Lauren are dancing. Now, here's a whole carjacker, right? In this man's club. Clearly, Rio didn't see that the man was there. And clearly, Roman don't know whose club he's at. That is just so funny. And also, didn't Darnell invite him to the party? Where is Darnell? We didn't see Darnell this whole episode. And I'm just like, aren't you the one who invited him to come? But anyway, moving on. Okay, so Bobby invited them all back to his home. And Laura was like, girl, we don't know him. What are you doing? No, I don't want to go. She's like, come on. Paris, of course. She the party girl. She want to come and play. And she's like, no, we're not going to stay long. Just want to go for a little bit. So they do go back to his house. They start playing pool, getting to know each other and everything. And then Bobby and Paris, of course, go off to go do their own thing. Now, meanwhile, we get this really quick couple of scenes for Orlando and C-Note, and all we see is that they're gathering some very heavy artillery, right? And they're loading it onto the private jet. Later on, we do see them land and they get off the plane, but we're not quite sure where they are or what they're doing. Now back to Donna. She makes a call to Consuela, and she asks, like, hey, did you get that information I asked you about? And Consuela says, yes. Yes, I got the information for you, but I don't know how long it's going to last because they move around quite a bit. So it may just, could be hours, it could be gone. And so she said, listen, all I need is a couple of hours. How much? So she pauses for a second. Consuelo was like, 50,000. Now Juan is sitting next to her like, what? $50,000? Donna's like, listen, that's cool. Send me the information. So Consuela sends her the wiring instructions. And I'm just sitting there like, ooh wee, Donna is really living off, reeling really high off the hog. Now she's living off of both Uncle Lou and Sasha's money, which is what she wanted all along. So yes, anyway, she says she has a plane to catch and they get off the phone. Now, meanwhile, we're back at Paris, child. Now it is the whole next day. They was only supposed to stay a little while. But of course, after having a really fun night, she's waking up in the morning, clearly after a great night of passion. And you can tell he is falling hard. He's like, I want you to stay. Let's go to breakfast and let's go get on the jet skis. And she's like, listen, I got to get going. And she said, I need to go check on my cousin anyway. And he was like, she's probably down there, naked with that dude. And she says, good. She better be down there naked with that dude. Okay, so now, spoiler alert, spoiler alert. For those of you that read the book, and even if you didn't, because I'm still getting ready to spoil it for you, Roman is actually, he's a long lost Duncan. And I won't reveal how so, but the storyline is that he is actually the triplet to Paris and Rio. So in her saying that, Paris saying she better be down there naked, I'm like, with her whole cousin? Like, no, 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 no. This whole first part of this episode had me on edge because in knowing this, I was like, oh my gosh, please, 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 come on, Carl Weber, don't do us like that. So anyway, she goes downstairs. Actually, Lauren and Roman are in separate chairs. They were knocked out asleep. And she's like, Lauren, get up. We got to go. Child, it's after 9 a.m. They finally get up to leave. They say it was nice to meet you to each other. And Paris was like, y'all gonna kiss? And he didn't kiss her. He kind of walked off or whatever. But this is where things are the little subtle things I just can appreciate so much from the writers. When he walked off with plenty of swag, she was like, all right, brother. When the irony is, it really is her brother. Okay, so anyway, Bobby's like, okay, well, I'm going to call you. I'm going to call you a lot. And meanwhile, I'm sitting here thinking, like, now what happened to Karen? Don't you got a whole woman? Because y'all know Bobby the Beast Boyd is from the Black Hamptons. That's where we know him from. So I'm sitting here like, sir, now how you got a whole nother woman in your house? Don't you got a woman? Moving on. Okay, now we back at Dominique and Child. She meets up with Alexander for a lunch date. And this is why I'm wearing my color today because my girl stepped out in this gorgeous purple right here, looking extra fabulous. And even Alexander was like, you look absolutely delicious. And I knew you'd be back sooner or later. She's like, listen, this is not a social call. This is not a date, but it is a proposition that I have for you. And he was like, oh, your Italian beau must be devastated. The truth is, Dominique is a pimp, okay? Because remember, even at Sage's at funeral, she was literally sitting there with her husband and her man. Sitting behind her man has been protecting her and taking care of her. And meanwhile, Alexander Cora was just sitting there. Child, but he's down on his luck right now, so we have to like build him back up. Anyway, she's like, listen, I have a proposition for you. It's an opportunity for you to make a lot of money, but more importantly, for you to be able to get some revenge. And he's like, okay, I'm interested, but I just want to let you know you're going to be mine again. And she said, okay, well, you need to step up your game. Okay. So basically, this is what we're finding is that Alexander Cora is the next recruit for this table called the Alliance. Now, Paris and Lauren are on their way home driving. Paris is talking about how much of a good time that she had. And she was like, but what about old boy? What did y'all do? And Laura's like, nothing. We just, watched TV, played pool until we fell asleep. She's like, girl, what? You didn't get none? Again, I'm side eyeing, like, what in the world? She's like, no, he's really not my type. He's nice, but like kind of in a thuggish way or whatever. She was like, girl, you are tripping because if he is so fine. I mean, if I didn't go home with Bobby, it would have been him. And I'm just like, well, thank you for letting Bobby be there because OM and the G. Okay, no. And so she was like, I can't believe he didn't do anything. She was like, well, I mean, Lauren, are you gay? And she was like, no, why everybody got to be gay just because they don't want to sleep around? That's just not my choice. That's just not my thing. So then Paris was like, Lauren, are you a virgin? So this is where we learn that Lauren is a 23-year-old virgin. And to me, I'm like, I think that's a great thing. It's cool that she is like, listen, I'm not like you, Paris. I ain't trying to be out here doing whatever. And don't tell nobody. But also, we're watching New Orleans right now, the family business, New Orleans, where Lauren is in a budding relationship. Well, I won't call it a relationship just yet. She just met him. But this budding romance with Prince over there on New Orleans. So, and don't forget, she's a virgin. So we're looking at her like, ooh, this might be her first love. So, anyway, moving on. Don't forget to check that out on Thursdays. All right. So then we move to Junior, who goes to visit Alejandro in Mexico, right? And so he's like, listen, what does LC want now with his bogus friendship? Now, Junior's like, I'm not here on LC's behalf. As a matter of fact, we're estranged. So Alejandro's like, well, that's kind of hard to believe considering you bear his first name. He said, yeah, but it doesn't mean anything to a person who's been lied to their whole life. Alejandro's like, well, I've known your family a really long time. We've been friends, we've been enemies. So what's the lie? And Junior's like, yeah, well, my mother is not my mother. My aunt is my mother. And Alejandro says, okay, well, the truth finally came out. Shocking Junior, because, like, what? Sir, I know you don't know this information. He certainly does. He said, yeah, we've always known that you weren't Charlotte's son. Charlotte is Chippy. And he's like, but there's always been rumors. The rumors have always been out there. But you know what? Anyway, that's a family matter, and I need to know why you here. So Junior goes into recruit mode. He's like, listen, I want to invite you to join a powerful group of friends. Our long-term goal is, the medication distribution to be the largest distribution center, right? But the main goal is to take down LC from his own table. And Alejandro is out here holding a grudge, so he's the next member of the Alliance. Now, back in Roman, he's partied out, but he was at home asleep. Somebody's banging on the door. Child is Brandon. Wakes him up. He's back. And he was like, man, I've been calling you. He's like, oh, man, my phone's been off. I didn't get a chance to charge it since I've been home. So he tells Brandon about Lauren and how he met this girl. She was mad cool. They thought, of course, how men do. Brandon thought, oh, you got some, whatever. He said, no, I wasn't like that. I was just trying to, we're just getting to know each other. But she mad cool, and I think, we're going to try to get to know each other better, whatever. So Brandon says, okay, but that's not why I came over here. I wanted to show you something. He pulls up a pic, which I'm assuming was Rio because he was starting to talk about. He said, oh, yeah, this is the guy. He said, oh, yeah, that's the guy we jacked. He said, yeah, he came looking for me. So we know that we saw Rio was looking for him, though. But now Brandon knows. Brandon knows that Rio is looking for him. So now back to Orlando. Now we see why they were landing. We see him rushing. He grabs the baby, little O, and Ruby and rushing her and tell her, listen, I need you to go pack a bag. We're leaving. That's all the information we got. We don't know where they are right now, and we don't know where they're going. But he's saying, get your stuff together because we got to get up out of here. Now, in the next scene, here we are. We see Uncle Larry. He's ending a call, and he even says, okay, yeah, take care of Junior or whatever. He's in the pool, chilling, he got the cigar and everything. Next thing you know, we see an arm with a blicky put to the back of his head. He's like, okay, well, take it easy, take it easy. And then we hear a voice that says, it would be so easy to just blow your head off, right? Child, he recognizes the voice, was like, Donna. Child, he started laughing. Now, he just crazy. Started laughing. He said, you know what? I always knew it would be a family member that would take me out, but I never thought I'd meet my demise this way. I never thought it would be you. And he said, she was like, yeah, who'd you think it was? The Tooth Fairy? He was like, hell no. I don't trust her. But that Santa Claus, he's real. He said, I had a drink with him once. And he said, well, it was cool. I liked him. Till he put peppermint in my drink. And if you know anything about Uncle Larry, you know that he cannot stand peppermint. Child, and he will unalive somebody over the fact that somebody gave him some peppermint. So, child, rest. May Santa Claus rest, because I don't even know what to say. He's probably gone. So anyway, he tells her to go ahead and do it, child. Next thing you know, she fires into the pool. He was like, damn, you unalive the hell out of that pool. He is just so silly. She was like, yeah, ain't no fun when the rabbits got the gun, which is the exact same thing that he said to her when he showed up at her house. He had told her to come up to Fresh Meadows. And she was like, I ain't coming up to nowhere, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Next thing you know, he showed up at her house. She was in the bath and he showed up. And she said, I just want to let you know, I am not afraid of you anymore. But I came to invite you, since I don't like LC, we know you don't like LC, we want to invite you to the table. But little did she know, Uncle Larry and Uncle LC have resolved their issue. Remember, the issue was he thought Uncle LC took his money, had a map for his money and took his money, but he did not. And he believed him after swearing on their daddy's grave. So now they have made up. In fact, Larry is trying to make it up to LC as much as he can. So to me, it was at that moment, I was thinking, Donna, see, you don't know what you're doing. And you effed up right there. You really think that you want to go approach Uncle LC's brother about taking him down? You think he's really not going to go tell his brother that that's what you're doing? Donna don't know what she's doing, child. Even if he was still not cool with LC, it really is not even Uncle Larry's style to be teaming up with somebody else. If he wanted to take him out, he would have just done it on his own. The only people he was going to share that with was his son. But he wasn't about to team up with Donna under any circumstances to take out Uncle LC or anybody else for that matter. So again, Donna, goodbye. Moving on. Brother Minister has been visited by Antonio Dash. See, they on a big recruiting run right now. Everybody out here recruiting somebody. So he inquires to understand that you're not really happy with LC about how he's handling your people. Brother Minister, with as much grace as he always has, says, listen, the issues I have with LC are the issues that I have with LC in their mind alone. And I will deal with LC with the issues that I have with him. So, but Antonio was like, but listen, I have an opportunity for you for more power, more say so, and more money. So Brother Minister's like, sounds like you're planning to go to war. And Antonio was like, listen, we're inviting you to come to the table, to the alliance. And he is contemplating doing so. Now, meanwhile, at the hospital, Roman visits his mom there. And Aunt Coretta's like, she's really sick. It's really bad. And the mom keeps saying, her name is Margaret. She keeps saying, I'm fine. I'm fine. But the doctor comes in and says, well, we're just doing everything that we can to just keep her comfortable. Well, what does that mean? Well, comfort care means basically we just give you some meds to hopefully take away the pain until an unfortunate demise. And so they find out that she has acute renal failure and that she needs a kidney transplant. And he's like, I just gave y'all $40,000. Whatever. He said, listen, I don't know what to tell you. You're going to need to talk to the hospital administration, but they have not approved to have her put on the transplant list, and you're going to need to talk to them. So he vows to get that money and to get her on that list so that she can be approved. Now, meanwhile, Paris meets up with Curtis, who is back from his mission because his mission was to go and find out if Niles Monroe is still alive. And he finds out that he is indeed. And Paris is like, but I saw him. I saw them take him out. So they go back to the flashback. And after they had taken the person out on the gurney, there was another EMT that came out. Oh, there's somebody up here and he's barely alive. He's still alive, but barely. Now, what happened was Niles was found in a bathroom and he was saved by two doors and the tub. Now, he wasn't out of the woods or anything, but he was alive. They rushed him to the hospital. They operated on him immediately. And then they said he was secretly moved from that hospital that was in London. They moved him to the US. And so Curtis is like, yes, well, when he got here back to the US, he disappeared. So somebody must be helping him. To which Paris is like, oh, it must be his Uncle Willie. It's the only person that he's ever trusted. So you need to find Willie Monroe. Because if Niles is alive, he gonna come after her. So then we hit the table. We go to the table. This newfound group of enemies of LC called the Alliance, and they have gathered for the very first time, hosted by Alejandro Zuniga, right? And so let me tell you who's all at the table. Alexander Cora, Brother Minister. So he was contemplating, so he is now sitting at that table. Now, mind you, he also sits at LC's table. He is the only one of all of these people that are actually still sitting at LC's table. Alejandro Zuniga, Junior Duncan, Donna Duncan, Dominique Leroux, and of course, Antonio Dash, who's sitting at the head of the table. He tells them that they all have a unique quality that benefits the Alliance. And the first thing they're going to do is create a map of territories. Now, Donna interrupts him and says, well, are you talking about in the US? Because I think we need to start overseas. We don't want to run into anybody that deals with LC. Antonio interrupts her back and says, hold up. And she like, listen, now you acting like you the boss. Now you acting like you in charge. Now you said that Junior was going to be in charge. And Antonio was like, but that's when it was just us. And now we've added new members of the table. And I think that they would want to have some say so as to who will lead them. And they all chimed in, yes, I would like to have a say so. I would like to have a say so. So then they start playing in Junior's face. Because then they say, oh, yeah, we need someone who is savvy and has the intelligence and the youth to lead us. And there's only one that can do that, Junior Duncan. I mean, they was gassing him up. Even he was in disbelief, like, are y'all serious? Yes. Yes, of course. Yes, you're the one. You're the one who can do it. Now, when he was working for Uncle LC, child, they did not hold him in this kind of high regard at all whatsoever. They just thought he was the dumb muscle. Now they want to make him the head of the child. Clearly, we can see that Junior is a pawn. But he don't see nothing. Him and Donna just being dumb. Moving on. But they playing in her space. They really are. And so here go Donna. It takes a Duncan to beat a Duncan. They drink. Salud. He was like, but let's talk about this first issue. They was like, what is that? It was like, your mama. Okay, Donna. We don't know if we can trust her. We don't know if we want her at the table. He like, I can assure you, you can trust her. He was like, they were like, no, that's not good enough. That's not good enough. I mean, the stakes are high, and your mama is the weakest link. I mean, has she even made her bones? And you know what that means? Did she ever unalive someone? You know, if she gonna be part of the table, she's gonna be part of this alliance. In order for us to trust her, she's gonna have to get her hands dirty like the rest of us. So Dominique chimes in and says, "Well, maybe she can handle that pesky Ruby situation." Dominique hands her piece of blicky and says, "I have full confidence in Donna that she will take care of this. Are you ready to make your bones?" And then it goes off. So if you have made it this far, don't forget to like, share, comment, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Again, we're on the road to 100 subscribers here. This thing is really heating up. I cannot believe that Junior is letting these people talk him into creating this alliance to counteract his own father. This is how hurt he is right now. And child, I mean, I love it, but I'm still mad about it. Like, come on. All of these enemies have come together to come against Elsie. So, it's heating up. Again, if you are following the family business, don't forget to watch it on Tuesday evenings. I drop this video right afterwards. Tuesday evenings, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then I will recap it. Let's talk about it in the comments. And again, don't forget to hit your notification bell to make sure that you know whenever I go live or I post a new video. So again, if you've been here, thank you for watching. And again, let's chat about it in the comments. I'll talk to y'all later. Holla.